Welcome back to part 3 of Mastering Collectify. I'm Dan, and today we're talking about community. One of Collectify's unique tools is the out-of-the-box community platform, which we call Station. Stations are community hubs with token-gated and public aspects. All you need to get going is a token contract address, and you can make one, whether that's for your own or maybe for a community you're already a part of or working. Best way to demonstrate is obviously just to show you, so we're going to start right away. First up, you need to input all the data for the NFT required to join the community. So after filling in the name, just going to do this because we're linking it to the project that I've been slowly building in the background. A little description. You can edit this anytime, right? Okay. Collection name. Now, if it's your project, it's pretty easy. You probably have a document with this on. If not, you can actually just go back to your contract address information inside of Collectify, where you can obviously see the exact name and the contract address. Drop that in there. You can also create a marketplace link. This will link to anywhere you want, whether that's, as example given here, OpenSea or a marketplace that you've built on Collectify. We'll get into that next time. This is great because it obviously means that your audience has a 100% accurate link. It's the easiest place to send someone so that they don't get scammed. And here's where we get to choose the functions. So discussion is a forum. So your holders can post ideas and people can vote on them. And staking, you can set it to provide level ups. After 30 days, the level will increase, and I'll go over this in a minute. And you can also set it so that if anyone lists an NFT or moves it, it will get bumped. Pros and cons to this, but it does reward people for holding and not putting on a marketplace. Right, so it's already created. How simple is that? So we can go right through immediately and have a look. Yep, there it is. Maybe the description's a bit long. Right, coming back. Let's trim down the description. Okay. And everything here is changeable. You can update this. You can even update the contract address. You might want to, as your project evolves, change who can access this community. In this case, I've created an initial NFT collection. Maybe down the line, I'll do a PFP and that will become more important. We'll see. You can also update the marketplace link. So for example, if you have an OpenSea market first, and then you later build a marketplace with our tool, our marketplace tool, you can update that. And of course, you can turn on and off all of these features. So I'm just going to save my description update. So news is where you can create community posts. Obviously, this is only coming from you as the admin. So it's, again, a pretty great place to point your community holders for accurate links. Scores get hacked all the time, and we see a lot of problems with that all the time. So this is a great place to be able to use as a home base. Theme is very much as before. Bring it in line with the other pages that your followers have been using since they've been. And the data here allows you to export the staking ranks. So for that, let's just quickly have a look, right? Yep, that's been brought down. I'm going to join it as a visitor. And okay, no public posting or anything. The forum is the forum. Staking, once you hold, you can obviously stake and it will point them to a marketplace to buy them if they don't have them. And the data is about other holders. So obviously I've literally just created this thing. So what I want to show you is a live example. Mathverse is a NFT collection. It's a wider project now built by Math Wallet. Mathverse Congress is what they've called their station. So here we can see as a live project, the discussion. They have a bunch of posts and lots of voting. You can see who the voters are for and against. Okay, and there's obviously a discussion underneath too. The staking feature, this is over 100 days old. I've been staking my land for 4 levels, which is pretty cool. There were some rewards allocated for that. Yeah, and the data also allows you to see other people when they joined, okay? Most recently. If we have access to their Twitter handle, that will feature here. because if you've collected the data through one of the data collection points of the giveaway, for example, you will have that information. This is actually, it's pretty useful. Let's look on the stake ranking. One of the good things here is it affords some transparency, which is a pretty Web3 thing. You can literally see here, one of the first staked lands is owned by Collectify. And this is me right here, right? And sometimes maybe someone in the audience will say, oh, the devs are hoarding loads, they're whales themselves. And if you want to create a system where, yeah, sure, your team members and friends have a couple, but you don't want to make whales out of them. This is an easy way to point to proof on chain about what's where. Okay, and obviously the news is pretty straightforward. There is a private section, which is completely token gated. So much of this is public. However, there is the option to switch between public and private. Okay, I think that's a pretty good summary of what the station does. Now, coming back to this page here, just want to talk a little bit about staking and data. So you can export the staking data, right? I've already done this. And what it'll give you is a spreadsheet. And obviously this is a unminted collection. So for now, I've just populated it as such. Basically, you can obviously see the relevant data on your holders and how much they've staked and which level they are. What this allows you to do is filter through holders at various staking level. You can organize it obviously as a spreadsheet. You can organize by staking level, and then you have access to the addresses of people at certain levels. What this means is you can provide rewards for different tiers for people who've been around for a long time, quite simply. So obviously we want to reward community members for a range of things, for example, holding, as well as community input. This is a really simple way of rewarding people for staying in the project. So for example, level 1 with Mathverse affords the access to a token airdrop once a month. Okay, and other ideas could include whitelist spots for upcoming collections. So maybe the project hits the 6-month mark and you want to reward people who minted or have been there since at least the staking opened. You can use this to see, hey, if you hit level 5, you get to get this soulbound token that is going to give you an OG rank, and now you're an OG member of the community. Maybe we have a sub community for them, which you can create as a secondary station for that token. Do you see how this becomes quite useful as an idea to help filter out different levels of people in the community? The limit is your imagination. Okay, so that's the station really. It's quite simple, it's quite straightforward. I think it's quite a powerful tool to offer your project and your collection. So if you feel like you want to make one of these for your own project, go ahead. And as I stated at the beginning, you can actually do this for other collections too. Now, obviously it would be an unauthorized sub DAO or parliament or whatever your local project is calling it, but it does also mean that if for whatever reason you didn't want to use our minting tools or contract, you can still create one of these stations for yourself, okay, with access to all of the features. Yeah, I think that's about it, right? Next time we're going to start talking about the marketplace function. As I've mentioned it a couple of times before, this is going to allow your project to keep a modicum of control over its own market, essentially, which gets even more powerful once you start building out multiple layers of NFTs. So that'll be it for now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.